There are some victories that feel like a celebration, and then there are victories that completely change the record books. That is exactly what just happened with SB19 and A'TIN. For the fourth consecutive year, SB19's A'TIN has conquered the Billboard Fan Army Face-Off. And this time, they did something no other fan army has ever done in the competition's history. They didn't just win another title. They became the most successful fan army the competition has ever seen. Billboard Philippines has now officially highlighted the historic achievement, confirming that A'TIN secured its fourth straight Fan Army Face-Off victory after defeating Harry Styles Harries in the final. And the final numbers make the victory even more impressive. A'TIN commanded 70.9% of the final vote, while Harry Styles Harries finished with 29.1%. That means A'TIN didn't simply sneak across the finish line. They won by a huge margin. But before we talk about what this means for SB19, we need to understand just how difficult this journey has been. The Billboard Fan Army Face-Off brings together fan communities supporting major artists from around the world. And over the years, A'TIN has repeatedly found itself going up against some of the biggest names in global entertainment. Yet somehow, year after year, they keep surviving. And now they have reached a point where the history of the competition itself has changed. A'TIN's first victory came in 2023, when they defeated 17's Carrots. The following year, they returned and defeated Rihanna's Navy. Then in 2025, A'TIN faced another enormous global fan base and defeated Selena Gomez's Selenators. 3 consecutive victories were already remarkable, but 2026 presented another challenge. This time, A'TIN had to navigate through a field packed with major international artists. According to the published recap, the journey began with victories over the fan armies of Hilary Duff, Megan Thee Stallion, and Melanie Martinez during the opening rounds. Then came the quarterfinals, where A'TIN faced Zara Larsson's fan base. They survived that round. After that came the semifinals against Benson Boone. Another victory, and suddenly there was only one opponent left: Harry Styles. The Harrys are not exactly a small or inexperienced fan base. Harry Styles is one of the biggest pop stars in the world, with a global audience that stretches far beyond any single country. So this was the kind of final that could have gone either way. But A'TIN once again showed up. When the final numbers were revealed, A'TIN had taken 70.9% of the vote. The Harrys had 29.1%. And with that, SB19 supporters secured their fourth consecutive Billboard Fan Army Face-Off Championship. But here is where the story becomes even bigger. Before 2026, A'TIN and T-ara's Queens were tied for the record with 3 victories each. Queens had previously won 3 consecutive editions from 2015 through 2017. So when A'TIN entered the 2026 competition, they weren't simply trying to win another trophy, they were chasing history. One more victory would put them alone at the top, and they did it. A'TIN is now the fan army with the most Billboard Fan Army Face-Off victories ever, 4 consecutive wins. That is a record. And it is particularly significant because of where SB19 comes from. Billboard's report points out that with A'TIN's victory, the fan army of an Asian group has won every time it has competed in the competition. SB19 is a Filipino group, and the previous winners mentioned in the report were from South Korea. So A'TIN's 4-year run is not only a story about one fan base, it is also another example of how Filipino artists and Filipino pop culture are increasingly finding their place in global conversations. But there is another number that makes this story even more fascinating. A'TIN has reportedly accumulated approximately 301.5 million votes across Billboard's Fan Army Face-Off editions from 2022 through 2026. Think about that number for a moment. 301.5 million votes. The reported yearly figures are staggering. In 2022, A'TIN accumulated 6.4 million votes. In 2023, that number climbed to 43.1 million. In 2024, it reached 49.5 million, then came 2025, and that year completely exploded with a reported 184.1 million votes. In 2026, the reported figure was 18.4 million, and that creates an interesting point that fans may want to discuss. The 2026 total was nowhere near the extraordinary number recorded in 2025, yet A'TIN still won the competition. Why? Because the Fan Army Face-Off is not simply about producing the biggest raw number in every edition. It is about surviving the competition in front of you, round by round, opponent by opponent. And when A'TIN needed to deliver in the final against Harry Styles Harries, they delivered. That is what makes this 4-year streak so remarkable. Every year brings a different field, different opponents, different circumstances, different fan bases, but the result keeps looking strangely familiar. A'TIN wins, and this time, the victory comes with something even more valuable than another title. It comes with a record. 4 consecutive Billboard Fan Army Face-Off victories. The question now is no longer whether A'TIN can win. They have already proven that repeatedly. The bigger question is, how long can this dominance continue? Because the record that once belonged to T-ara's queens now belongs to A'TIN. And if Billboard brings the competition back again, every fan base entering the tournament will know exactly who they have to beat. SB19's A'TIN, the 4-time champions, the record holders, the fan army that has turned a yearly online competition into an extraordinary 4-year winning streak. And perhaps the most interesting part is that this achievement happened while SB19 themselves continue expanding beyond the Philippines. From Japan to international festivals, global media appearances, and growing recognition outside their home country, SB19's international journey has been developing alongside the rise of their fan base. That makes this Billboard record another piece of a much larger story. The artists continue pushing outward, and their fans continue showing up behind them. So to A'TIN, this one is different. You didn't just win another Fan Army Face-Off. You took the record. You passed a 3-time champion. You defeated Harry Styles Harries in the final. And you made SB19 the center of a Billboard history moment once again. 4 years, 4 victories, and now 1 record that belongs exclusively to A'TIN. The crown has officially changed hands. And after everything A'TIN has accomplished since 2023, one thing is becoming increasingly difficult to argue. SB19 may be the group on stage, but A'TIN has proven year after year that they are a force of their own. The record books have been updated. A'TIN now stands alone at the top. And the next chapter? That could be even more interesting.